Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to Yo! You Like That, the talk show of Twitch, where I, your host, the lovable hamster Zarataro, brings on amazing guests from the VTubing community, and we talk about things that are fun, things that are amazing, things that are so super incredible that your life has only had such a great amount of joy until you realize that this exists, and now you have to add even more joy to your life. See how awesome this is? Everyone wins. I should probably put a disclaimer like the topics may not actually introduce as much joy as previously stated. So I gotta avoid the lawsuits from the other rodents of the forest. Well, thank you everyone for coming in today. We have a very awesome guest with us here. Let's go ahead and bring them in. Ready and boom 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 boom. We've got Impawsibles. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, hi.
Thank you so much for coming on to the show today. How are you doing?
I'm not doing too bad. Hopefully everyone's doing okay today. It's a good Thursday.
It is. The work week is almost done. The
Ooh.
summer is still blasting like no one like no, like the planet's on fire, and but we get to be inside and get to hang with friends and talk about video games. So it's good. It's good.
Yeah, we
For
love
the
friends. We love video games.
for the uninitiated, please introduce yourself.
Yo, I'm Ace, also known as Impor. Oh, that's the way around. Yeah, my Twitch handle is Impawsibles. Hi. I stream mostly video games, art, some dumb challenges. Hi. Speaking of law, I'm also a law student, so about that lawsuit.
No. Are you going into defense or prosecution or just like paralegal both?
Oh, I have no idea, but so far I'm having strengths in like contract law,
Oh.
and land law. I'm pretty good at that. I'm pretty good at that.
Land is
Um,
important. We're running out of land. People keep buying it and they won't share.
How dare they? Sharing is caring. But also, for those who don't know me, I am a Hell Lioness VTuber. People mistake me for like a panda sometimes because of the ears, round ears, but no, I am lying. Grr, angry,
Grr,
scary. Yeah.
love it.
Hmm.
Well, thank you so much for coming on today. You brought a topic that is super, super awesome because I am also very, very invested and happy to talk about it. We are going to be grabbing our crystals, suiting up after the giant patch, and journeying into the Final Fantasy XIV. Yo, let's go.
Have you heard of a critically acclaimed MMORPG called?
The critically acclaimed RPG with a free trial up to level 70,
I
I
think,
think.
yeah, I think it's up to Stormblood now. Yeah, I,
maybe it's 60. I can't remember anymore. Oh, yo, this is a good game. This is a good game. I don't know if y'all have heard, but this is a good game.
I mean, it's won a few awards, right? It's pretty damn good.
What a few awards, like the music may just be like the best music video game has ever seen,
Mhm.
and the story may have some of the best writing that video gaming has ever seen. And it's got
Yeah,
the best waifus and husbandos that video gaming has ever seen.
you can't go wrong.
Yeah, can't go wrong. Nothing but winning. Uh, what would you say like FF14 kind of is? Like if you had to like kind of like break it down to a brass tacks Jeopardy question.
Hmm. Um, as MMORPG, like it's a fantasy world full of other players that you can meet. I say it's pretty immersive world, like, don't you think? It's pretty big.
It's so big.
It's really big. Um, there's also different things you can do, like there's crafting, there's gathering, there's all different kinds of content for yourself, content with other people. Um, there are like there's jobs like blue mage, right? Isn't even a proper job. You steal like enemy skills. There's all sorts of content. Um,
Yeah, it's a big
yeah,
old
like
MMORPG. MMORPG.
I remember
MMORPG. And
Hmm.
one thing about that's a lot different than like the Final Fantasy 11, which was the previous like MMORPG Final Fantasy, is that this one I feel is just a lot
Yeah.
easier to play and to like team up with people and to just like experience the story and everything. It just has so many good quality of life features.
It's a lot easier to digest, right? And it's like again, there's content for everything. There's content for the people who like to do the hardcore content, or there's content for more casual people who just want to chill and have a good time. There's just so much for like
There is
everyone, I'd
there is
say.
so much content now, everyone. Y'all, I don't know if y'all know, but it has one, two, three, four expansions.
Hmm.
I had to
I was
count.
gonna, I was gonna say it's not like other game. It's not like other girls or something. It's not like other games where the DLC is kind of poorly attached. Like expansion are pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah, you know the content you're getting with the expansions in this one, and I think that's super fun and super important. When did you first discover Final Fantasy 14?
Hold on, I need to count. I'm bad at counting. Just so I can tell I play 14. I'm bad at counting. Hold on.
What are numbers? Adjust, adjust.
Um, I'd say like branch one 3 or 4 years ago now, probably.
Okay,
Hmm.
so that is Shadowbringers was out at the time. I want to say.
Yeah. For those who know 14, it would be around when like for Omega Savage was ending. Yeah. So like the
Oh,
start of either
yeah, yeah,
Endwalker or
yeah.
Shadowbringer. Yeah.
Yeah, end of Stormblood, start of Shadowbringers. That was when the
Yeah.
final
Start of Shadowbringers.
Omega
Yeah.
Savage dropped, which
Mm.
I've never even gotten close.
It's okay. It is something, yeah.
But it's so cool. Okay, just a little tangent on that. Like when you first do the Omega fight,
Mm.
you get to fight like the robot form of Omega, like in the classic Final Fantasy games, and then you get to fight like the humanoid Omegas, which are like exclusive to the FF14. They have really pretty statue
Yeah.
figure. I want it, but it's like $250, so
You're
I can't.
basically like spending $250 on an emote and like a free statue because it's the emote
Yeah.
with it.
But then in Savage, they give you like the Final Fantasy 8 Omega weapon. And it's just like, oh my god. Ah.
Yeah. I think the fights are really well designed as well. They're really carefully thought out. The Mega one is like are still one of my favorites, I'd say.
Yes. What one thing I love about FF14 that I always get amazed of when I'm watching like my friends play World of Warcraft and it's not there, the echo, which is that little line of sight that the enemy attack is going to be in. It's like,
Echo.
hey, the enemy is going to have this attack. Here's the orange triangle or
Oh,
circle.
oh right, the
That
AoE
that
kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because your character has the ability of foresight, so it can kind of see where the attack's going to be, which makes sense whenever you're trying to dodge stuff. And I'm like, holy crap, this is so smart.
So, you know, fun fact is that I am kind of colorblind. I have trouble with like yellow and blue hues. So
Oh,
sometimes AoEs I can't see very potently.
oh my god, I didn't even think
Uh,
about that.
and I have done ultimate raids, I've done a savage raids with this in mind. If anything, it's a fun challenge.
I bet. I mean, nowadays they do have.
Uh,
I think the newest ones have like the arrows that they added, but I don't know if they updated all the old ones to like to correlate with that. It's
I don't think so, but maybe in the future they have been like updating old content.
They have. They made Realm Reborn super different.
Yeah, you
As
can
in as
do
in as in
like
they cut a lot of that extra side quest content short. That stopped a lot of people from playing.
yeah, and plus you can do like if you're not comfortable with doing dungeons with people, you can do the dungeons with NPCs now too. So that's
That's right,
pretty
you
good.
can.
Mm. The
That always
interest
kind of
is
blew my mind.
it applies. Yeah, it applies to all dungeons now. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Yo, look at that. Even if you're have anxiety about like working with others and like worried that you won't be you're gonna like hold them back. Well, for one, you don't need to because the community is super super friendly. I don't think I've ever had like but one griefer like in the entire like history I've played FF14, and I've played since Heaven's Ward. That's when I jumped in, and uh, yeah, no, everyone is just always like so helpful and so friendly. But if you know if it's not your jam, you can still play with CPUs, and you don't miss out on the experience.
Yeah, plus you get like a low on conversation out of them too. Like,
Yeah,
because
that's
they
always
can
so
curse at each
fun.
other. Yeah. But we rambled a lot, oops. But
It's gonna be a rambly show. It's gonna be a rambly show. Just warning everyone now. All right, we're just gonna be talking about how much we love this game, and y'all are just gonna have to just sit there and be like, "Oh man, they really love this game," or maybe y'all like this game too, and y'all can relate.
hmm, I say it's a pretty good time to get into it now as well because there's an expansion coming up in like I'd say next year, right? Something like that.
It should be about the time.
Um,
Usually in September, Yoshi P will come up on stage and he'll do the big announcement.
yes, exactly. So like there's
Uh,
nothing much going on right now, but like you can spend that time catching up or just enjoying what the game has to offer.
yeah, and then they will Umeno in with his hospital chair or hospital bed and be like, "The music's still good, guys.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up." The
He's
hardest,
really good.
hardest working composer, I swear.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So, what are like some of the aspects of FF14 that are kind of like your favorite?
The aspect. See, I am a raider. I'm a stinky raider.
Oh,
But
the hardcore challenger, the one that puts the headband on. It's like, all right, let's go.
pretty much, yeah. Um, so I was actually invited to the world first race this tier
Oh
um,
snap!
with Savage, but I declined it because I have law studies, and I don't want to pull all nighters to
No,
do world first
you gotta
here.
pull those all nighters. I mean, holy, the amount of
I
like
mean,
practice that has to go into those things. Because well, world's first, like, oh man, the feeling of like a new expansion and learning boss fights for the first time, it feels really good. But like trying to learn like a savage boss fight with like all the different sudden death implements.
like I didn't actually plan to raid originally. I thought, oh man, that's gonna be full of sort of like toxic people and elitists. Oh, I don't wanna touch that. But and plus like I doubted my skills. I was like, but what if I get in the way? I don't know what I'm doing, you know. But one day I just went in with a group of friends. We encouraged each other to do it. Like, do you want let's do it? We're just gonna laugh at it. It's gonna be a fun time. And I don't know why, but my monkey brain kind of activated with Savage, and I was like, this puzzle piece goes here, and then I move here. Oh my god, this is fun, you know?
Something awakened in Ace that day.
Oh.
It's
Um, so I enjoyed raiding, but I really dislike the how do you call it? The must be the best piss like the mindset. I'm all for the hey, let's have fun and create
yeah.
kind of thing. Hmm.
Yeah, like
Because that's
the
how
hard
we.
the hard stuff is hard, but it's challenging because it wants you to like use everything you've learned and like kind of push yourself. And it's one of those things where like losing, it's not as good as winning, but like getting a little bit farther, it always feels like so satisfying.
Oh, plus, like, if you have a group of friends, you make so many inside jokes and then bully each other for years afterwards. It's great.
One does not walk up to the red chocobo without friends, knowing what awaits them. It's-
And then it was because I met like some lovely group of friends with raiding. I haven't actually raided for a few months because I have other what's the word? Priorities. That's the word. I have other
oh yeah,
priorities at the moment. But I still help groups out now and then, and I teach people the game. I teach people, to get them ready for Savage and stuff like that. Just boost their confidence up a little.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but
yeah.
but with my friends in that static group, we were close enough to the point they made fun of me for my color blindness.
Oh no.
But in a good way, in a friendly banter way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just how we all got along, you know. It's very fun,
Oh, I
very
bet.
very fun. I think before raiding, and I still enjoy like solo content too. Like I mentioned before, but I stream dumb challenges like Elden Ring Randomizer, right? I do dumb challenges in Final Fantasy 14 too, like doing a solo deep dungeon.
Ooh.
Hmm.
I've never dared to do a solo, but I have watched a few of them. They are tough, but they do look really fun.
They're fun, yeah.
What class, what role do you go into it with, or do you kind of switch it up?
Ooh. With deep dungeon,
Yeah.
deep dungeon, it depends on the deep dungeon. With Eureka Orcus, I have been doing samurai and summoner. I cleared on
Whoa.
samurai though. Hmm.
I think Samurai is one of the
Weeb.
few I haven't gotten up to 70.
Samurai was the last job I tried, and I enjoyed it a lot. Because I was like, oh, samurai, that's a weeb. That's a weeb job. I wouldn't like that. Oh,
I don't
sticker
want
collecting.
I
Oh.
don't want to be a Naruto doing all of my No, wait, no, that's ninja. No.
But and I played it, and I was like, oh, monkey neurons activated again. Oh, I like this.
I like when I press the button and it does the damage.
I
It
mean,
feels good.
if you have heard the sound effect from Madare, oof.
I kind of felt that way about Dancer. I'm like, Dancer, okay, I'll mess around with this a little bit, and then actually like did like a dungeon with Dancer, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm in love.
Yeah, it's great.
I just want to dance and throw all the chakrams and just do all the dances for people. I'm spinning, I'm spinning.
Yeah, everyone's dead. Who cares? Do the cha cha cha. Let's go.
Cha cha cha. Oh man.
But,
Ah,
yeah.
it's so good. It's so good. Man. Okay, so has it bit of a tangent, but like as far as like the story goes, the story is amazing. But were there any like parts of the story that kind of like blew you away?
Okay, I feel like my opinion isn't valid because I am biased to dragons, so I like Heaven's Ward.
Yeah, Heaven's Ward's great.
Mm. Like,
E-
oh,
e- e- e-
dragons everywhere. I want them.
Dragons everywhere. Like introducing Hraesvelgar and Nidhogg and all that stuff, and like finding out the
Mm.
complicated like lore. Oh man.
Yeah, I won't spoil it in case there's anyone who hasn't done it yet. But man, the storytelling there, like, it took a turn. I'd say
Yeah.
it went like in comparison to ARR, right? The storytelling was like it went from like 0 to 10 really quickly
Oh,
with
agreed.
the like quantity of lore given it to you.
Like Realm Reborn definitely feels like your character has wandered into like an accidental situation to where well everyone's kind of learning as they're going along despite the fact that they've been fighting this battle for like 50 something years or something like that. It it actually was only like what 10 years after 1.0 or something like that. I forget the actual like dates. But basically, yeah, they're
10
still fighting
years,
the
yeah.
Empire. They're still dealing with the icons, and like they're no closer to understanding any of it. It's like, yeah, no, we just deal, and then your character comes along. And it's like, all right, maybe we should start figuring stuff out.
And like, oh god, my headaches are hurting me. Like that's the basis of AR. Oh god, for migraines.
But then you get to Heaven's Ward, and it's like, oh man, okay, now there's this, and there are these people, and there's Estinian, and oh, he's so dreamy. And then oh, there's Sir Emmerich, and oh, he's so dreamy.
And I remember when like a patch in this expansion came out, and Amik was like part. It's like a side thing, right? Like the
Mhm.
foundation thing, I think.
Yeah.
And quickly, my Twitter feed is full of Amrik again. I mean, I don't fault him. He's a good-looking chap, you know. I mean, you know, can't blame him.
Yeah, no, definitely can't. There's so many great characters. like the fellow teammates, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. They're such like a great cast. Like I feel like I almost like didn't understand their importance at first when I was playing the game, but then like once
Yeah.
you kind of get into like Realm Reborn, and then everyone's kind of like, you know, I'll take him on. You go on ahead. Or like the twist of La Habrea, like his secret identity, and you're like, oh no,
Oh
he was
no.
that guy. I should have paid more attention to him. Maybe I could have
Do you
saved him,
have
saved his soul.
I can fix
I can fix
do,
him.
do you have a favorite character? Like at all?
um, let's see. Oh, they're all so good. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second to like look them all over, and I'll give you like
Okay. While you do, I'm going to quickly close my blinds because it's getting away my tracking.
Oh no, the light is our enemy.
My face.
Because I have like favorite characters, but like they're all kind of like they're favorites in like certain sections of the game, I guess, if that makes sense.
What? I am back. I have tracking. Yeah.
So
Okay.
so like I love Graha, like Grahatia, like he's such a good boy, and I love how like he's kind of like a tryhard. Like he wants to be a cool boy even though he is cool. um
Man. I know a lot of people like that though, so I find it very like funny.
yeah.
Hmm.
Let's see. I really liked Menphilia. I was very like surprised what they did with her character when it ended up because I was just like, oh shit. All right, I guess that's what we're gonna be
Yeah.
doing now. Let's see. I love Alice. Like Alice is my best like you know what is it? Every time she's on screen, I'm like she just exudes powerful gay energy. I love every time she's on screen.
Hell yeah.
Alphanod grew on me, but at first I found him super annoying. I won't lie.
Oh,
Let's
same. I think most people felt like that.
see. I don't really like any of the people from the like Alliance. Raubin's cool, and I like Namo whenever she's like undercover, and she thinks that no one can recognize her, and yet somehow people don't recognize her. The Sid's great. Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse. Like Jesse getting introduced in the Omega story was great because she felt like the kind of character that those three needed to kind of keep them in check. Let's see. Nero is a great foil to Sid. I
Yeah.
love him. Let's see. There's someone in particular. I can't remember her name, but she's like a she's in a lot of the side content, like the legendary weapons. She's got like the long blonde hair. Oh, what's her name? What's her name?
Wait, which one? Sorry?
She's in like a lot of the side content where it involves like putting like ether into weapons. I think of her name.
Long blonde hair, even into weapons. Is this side content I haven't done?
She shows up in Borgia. I know that much. Oh, it's gonna bug the hell out of me.
Well, if this goes on YouTube or anything, you could just like edit the name all over the
Yeah,
screen.
there. Edit and
There you go.
oh, here it is. Mikoto Jimba. Yeah, she's kind of like an obscure character because she kind of sticks to like the side content, but no, I like her a lot too. She was she's always like trying to like help out Sid, and Sid's like super oblivious to all of her help. And then I would say that's probably like the majority of most of the characters. Like I love Hien and Yuguri.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
they're great.
Yeah. They're great.
There's not really any of the bad guys that I really have like any like strong affection towards. Like they're
Hmm.
good bad guys, but just none have really kind of like hooked me in as like my favorite bad guy.
Favorite bad guy. Man, it's been so long since I've done with story now. I can't remember anyone's names.
I mean,
Um.
I can say who like my least favorite bad guy is, and as in like he's like the best bad guy because he's the worst bad guy because he's like the worst. That's Vothri from Shadowbringers. Oh, I hate
Oh my
Vothri
gosh.
so much. Oh, I just want to
Like
punch him in his face.
you can tell from a first cutscene he is designed for us to hate him.
Yes, he
He's
is.
put there for us to hate him.
Oh, I just want to punch him so much. There's so many characters. There's so many characters. Like talking about like Makoto, how she's just like in like some of the side content. That's not even talking about like characters like in all like in just like the cities too. Like a character can have just like their own like quest line in just a small city and not be important to the story, but it's still just really really good. Like there's a story about this old
Yeah.
man who wanted to kind of build like a defensive fort because his son was lost in battle, and his daughter-in-law is like, this is the worst place for a defensive fort. There's nowhere to be protected. There's nothing going on. Monsters live here, and every time you go to a new place to kind of like help him with his quest, she's always there to be like, please talk him out of this. There's a giant fish monster like right over there. This is not a good spot. And you're just like, so much good storytelling. I gotta say, whenever they made the writer of Shadowbringers, like the main writer,
Yeah.
yo, like she kills it. She fucking kills it.
Yeah, the writing was pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, and she got her start, from, if I recall, from the Dark Knight story quests. And then Yoshi P like nominated her to like head writer and or lead writer. I forget the actual like terminology, but what are some of your favorite
Yeah.
characters?
My favorite characters. The cogs are like whirring in my brain, trying to remember people's names. It's been a hot minute. I still play 14 issues. I haven't done the story in so long.
Oh no, yeah, that's why I had to look it up too,
Uh,
because it's like, oh man, how long has it been since I've seen like Ian? I can't remember. It's
hmm. Amric's pretty high up there.
Cameron's a good one.
Yeah, no, we didn't get much interaction, I don't think. It's like formalities mainly.
Yeah,
Have you done the Hildebrand
I've
quest?
done so much of the Hildebrand quest. I was very sad in Shadowbringers when there wasn't a Hildebrand quest. Hildebrand and Gilgamesh and the whole crew.
You know the Hildy's song.
Vivi,
Yeah, Vivi. I love Vivi.
yeah, Vivi's great.
mm.
Then you've got his sidekick slash partner Nashu. Oh, and then you see like Godbart like Manderville like so much like randomly throughout the story because he's the guy in charge of the Golden Saucer. Hey, he's the big guy who's always naked running around in a speedo. And then it's like, hey, I'm this guy's dad. You're like, wah! And then you get to see his personality just like all the time. And then you
Yeah,
realize just
Vivi.
how big of a main character he is in this whole world.
Yep. Vivi is pretty adorable. Like, I usually didn't read much of Hildebrand Quest, but when Vivi was introduced, I was like, oh, I must protect.
Must protect. It's such a good
I
story, and
need
it
to
does a
see
lot
this
of
through.
respect to his Final Fantasy IX story too. Like it's spot on.
Yeah, I haven't played any other games aside from 15 and 16, but I do hear there's a lot of respect and nods towards the other games.
Yeah. There is a lot of
Mm.
talk about FF9 getting a remake, so hopefully that'll
I
be a good way
hear,
for like
yeah.
people to be able to like jump back onto it. That's another thing too. Also all the throwbacks to, like previous Final Fantasy games are super amazing. Eden being like a boss line in Shadowbringers, like it was such a throwback to Final Fantasy VIII for me because I was like, it's like the cool like super summon spell you get like at the end of the game, and then you get to fight it as a boss, and you're like, yes. Ooh, or you get to fight
Mm.
on the Doom train from Final Fantasy VI. Oh,
Man,
and
I love.
recently they have the four fiends from Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah, I haven't seen them, but I probably imagine. I love the different arenas in 14 as well. Like that, there's the Doom Train. Um, I think I don't know. Is it in Deltascape? Something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's in Deltascape. Deltascape was the one where they started introducing a lot of bosses from like the previous games. So like one
Yeah,
of the
yeah. So I mean,
you
yeah.
fight Chaos, you fight the painting guy, you fight the guy that
Chaos.
like uh turns people to frogs or like makes the stage like rock up. It's like, oh yo yo, let's go.
I can't take the word the chaos in 14 or any Final Fantasy game seriously now after Streets of Paradise.
Heck yeah. Oh, that's right, Kefka. Kefka is a boss in Final Fantasy 14. And
Yeah.
Golbez. Ah! And they're both such good fights. Oh man, if you do the Savage for Golbez, you get like the true form. Wait, no, you do the same for Kefka too. Ah, those Savages are so good.
Hmm.
Holy crap.
All of the final tier bosses have like a secret boss behind it.
Yeah, like an extra form.
Mm.
Like this isn't even my first form. Wahahaha.
You thought we were done? No, I don't think so.
This is just the checkpoint. What's that? What's that? You're having a hard time doing Ruby Weapon on normal? There's another part.
I remember when they introduced checkpoints to Ultima in DSR. That was everyone was so surprised about that.
Like, yay! Are you ready for phase 2? Do we have to do phase 1 again? Nah. We'll chill on you for
People,
a second.
I think people were scared because there's only phase 2 where the checkpoint was, and people were like, why is there a checkpoint at phase 2? Like, people were so like lost and confused, like, huh?
Oh, the boss fights are so good in this game. Whether you do whether you're doing them like the solo boss fights, or they start introducing those in like Stormblood, the like one-on-one kind of like dramatic fights.
Mm-hmm.
Like those were such a good addition because I don't know if they ever fixed it, but there was a trial boss in Realm Reborn where this guy is like sitting on this like lighthouse, and the lighthouse, I forget, it's either like a weapon or like a shield bearer, I forget, but it's this boss, but you go in with a team of 8 and just and you just run up and you just curb stop him, and it's like, I really don't feel like this was actually supposed to be the big event that they were leading up to with this guy.
Was that the very first trial?
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was the very first time you like 8 people are brought in, because before that you do Garuda, Ifrit, and Titan with just 4 people. So yeah, that was the first one where 8 people are in.
Mm.
You just curb stop this guy. It's- yeah, that felt like a fight that should have just been like a one-on-one.
I remember being super anxious about that with performance it's performance anxiety. I was like, oh my god, 8 people, that's a lot of people, it must be so difficult, what do I do? And then it just got in, and then oh
Yep.
okay.
I remember back when the final like main campaign wasn't the 4-person that it is now, but it was more like it was just 8 people going through the whole thing, sitting through all the cutscenes. But there would just be a lot of like new people, like people that would be their first time. They're like, "How do y'all know where to go?" And it's like, "Oh,
Well,
lots and lots of times doing this. Let me tell you." So, I probably have spent like a third of my game time doing this dungeon, watching these cutscenes.
So I help new players out, right? Especially like those in the VTuber group. Not because I have favoritism towards VTubers or anything like that. But just all my friends who know me, know I'm a VTuber, and then they keep saying, "Hey, I'm new to 14. Can you show me around?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
sure." Yeah, and I remember my friend Y7. he's starting Aldar. For not the best cities to start in if you're directly challenged, mind you.
No.
So he was like, I'm so lost. Where do I go for this main quest? And they actually have Final Fantasy 14 has like a follow command where you can click on someone and you just literally follow them. I was like, hey, just click on me and press follow. I'll literally guide you there. And I was guiding him around for like an hour, like quest to quest, while he like memorized things. And I think he actually got out of that.
It helps a lot. When I first showed some friends FF14, the first thing I did was like, all right, here's this big blue crystal, touch it, give it a kiss, lick it, whatever you want to do. Okay, now we're gonna go lick every other blue crystal in this town. So that way, if you're ever lost, you can just go to the blue crystal.
I actually said the same thing to my friend too. You see that blue crystal? Lick it. Touch it.
But yes, I'm glad the newer towns aren't as complicated as old dogs.
I saw the Limsa, which is cursing its own way, but it's a very pretty place.
It is.
A lot of the newer towns are very pretty. I remember when this expansion, this town was shown in the trailer. I was like, oh my gosh, that is the best. That is the best thing I've ever seen.
It's so pretty and colorful.
Mm.
I still have a big affinity for Shadowbringers. Just like the first area, just having all like the pink and purple like leaves on the trees. I'll just go out and just go for a walk in that area. I'm just having a good old time. And then as I'm walking, you're gonna see the big hunt group just like fly by all of a sudden. And it's like, it's at this spot, 1724, let's go. And then you're like, oh yeah, it's that time of the day.
One of the varied dungeons. I don't know if you've tried them yet, but a new one came out the other day, and I streamed it when it came out the other day, and it was so pretty. Like I said, they were dungeon. I just stopped, looked around. I entered like G pose into my thing. I was like, no, I'm streaming. I'm actually doing this dungeon.
The first time I brought some friends into a dungeon, they wanted to like stop and look around, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you could do that. I forgot.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just gonna take out to the boss, but I mean, yeah, no, let's take our time.
Yeah, just enjoy the scenery. Yeah.
Like, look at all the coral. Oh,
The nature, pretty.
they're like, are you sure there's nothing down this path? I'm like, there's nothing down this path. There's just like 5 enemies waiting to like ambush you. They're like, oh, I found the 5 enemies. Yes, you did. Adjust.
And then I talking about Savage again. We had so much fun with trying different jobs and stuff like that, and we made silly bets. And so we were doing Savage, and I was meant to learn tank within 1 week. They didn't make me or anything, but I just felt like changing my job, and tank was most convenient at the time. Like, okay, I'll learn tank in a week. I'll do a Savage level. I can do that.
Yeah.
And we made it to Savage on my Steam Deck.
Which tank class?
A Gunbreaker.
Yes, Gunbreaker. Gunbreaker is so much fun.
It is.
Her voice is breaking up.
Like,
oh no.
Oh, no.
I was worried that was just on
Why?
my end. Discord, are you doing a Discord thing? Hold on, let me maybe like disconnect and reconnect. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, there you go.
Is my
You sound
voice
better.
Okay.
Yep, it was just Discord
Oh.
being Discord.
Okay, I was so confused because you sounded fine to me. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm sorry you guys had to hear my voice breaking unnaturally.
But thank you for the heads up, coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you did Savage. Gunbreaker. We were playing. You learned Gunbreaker.
Yeah, I learned Gunbreaker in 1 week to a Savage level. Yeah.
I have to like be honest. When I first like was trying out tank, like I didn't get it for like 2 whole days. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't get it. Tank stance. I just never turned on tank stance the whole time.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's just
I don't have
it's
hand.
everyone was getting killed, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I don't have hand tracking on, but I just like covered my face, like, oh no.
Just one of those
Uh,
things.
it's one of
It's
those things for sure. And even for most expert of people, even for most experienced of people, still don't turn on tank stance. You are fine.
yeah. I didn't get good at it though, and then some of like the Alexander fights. It's like, all right, rotate tanks, tank buster coming. I'd be like,
Over
all right,
provoked one.
all right, bro, all right, I provoked. Drop, no, stop hitting him, and he's dead. All right, well, it's gonna be one of those days.
Yeah, that's
Oh
funny
man,
made for shirk butting and yeah. Like that's actually a good example. I mentioned I feel bad of mentioning this, but like I did stream it. I did stream 14 like Tuesday, and I went into like a normal raid roulette for a break, and there's a classic example of that. Like this person wanted a tank,
hmm
but I just kept doing more damage despite shirking them often, and I kept taking it.
yep. Sometimes it happens. You're just really good at tanking.
Yeah.
You can't help it.
I got those big, strong muscles, you know? Just a really strong tank. But no,
Oh man,
I was so scared of tanking when I first started. I thought, no, I can't do this. It's
same.
too scary. The responsibility is too much. But I kind of got tired of being a really good DPS. And I was
Yeah,
like, I want to learn something new. And
yeah,
I
no, like
despise healing.
you gotta spice it up. That's what happened to me. I was like, oh man, all right, got Dragoon, I've got Dancer, I've got like two other ones like maxed out. What should I do? And then like a Gunbreaker came out. I'm like, all right, I'll learn how to tank. I'll learn how to tank. And then I'm like, oh, okay, tanking's not that bad. And that once I started tanking, I started like respecting tanks a bit more, and also getting mad
Hmm.
when people don't listen to the tanks. And then after a while, I'm like,
Oh
okay,
yeah.
all right. I've got Gunbreaker, I've got Paladin up. All right. I guess I should finally learn a healing class. Okay, all right. Let's just start with White Mage. Let's basic bitch this up.
I respect you for that. I can't touch healing because I hate healing. I'd rather do damage. My
it
my
it can
monkey
be
brain is like
it can be so stressful. It can be so stressful. But
I have
it's actually like
everything.
pretty cool. The important thing is like making sure you're not taking the damage yourself, and also MP management. I'm so bad at managing my MP as a white mage.
You'll get there. I believe. I believe. But
Oh man,
I forgot what I was gonna say. No, my brain. Please remember. Please remember.
and
Um.
it's gone.
Yep. It's left for building. It's left for physicality. Um. But yeah, I adore tanking now. It's very fun. Um. And I'm happy to sit down and like teach people as well. Because in dungeons, I'm like, hey, are you? I actually ask the healer, hey, are you fine with me pulling the entire dungeon in one go?
Yeah, yeah. There are some people that are like yeah, no, go, bro. But then there are others like this is my first time. Maybe keep it about 3 or 4 at a time. And I'd be like, yeah, no, that's cool.
Exactly.
Why I wanted to
Exactly.
ask. Like it's like, all right, guys,
Because
are y'all down to clown? And they're like, no. I'm like, all right, we'll just do 2 pulls.
because some people aren't mentally prepared to to panic.
And then you get that one tank. It's like, all right, guys, we made it halfway through the dungeon. I feel pretty confident. So here's all of the enemies that are remaining. Good luck.
Oh, and then I remember I was gonna say, yeah, I always like try to like sit down and teach people if they're feeling a bit scared or a bit intimidated or anything like that. Because like communication is really, really important, I
It
think.
is.
Hmm. Because some people, like it might be someone's first time tanking or healing, and they don't know what they're doing, but they might be scared to ask. So I was just like, "Hey, you good at this? Hey, like, do you need any help with this? No? Okay, cool. Yes, okay, cool.
You don't want to make a new healer feel bad because there's so few healers out
Exactly.
there. You don't want to disencourage them. It's like, no, you're doing great, buddy. Keep at it. You'll get better. That's why they gave us the resurrect spell. It's okay.
Could you imagine if they didn't have that?
Oh man, you'd have to like walk back or teleport back every time. Oh, that would hurt. That would hurt. But look, if I remember in FF11, like the life spell had like such a long cooldown, it was almost easier. Well, no, it wasn't easier in FF11 because like the walking distance is like 5 times as long as 14 to get anywhere. FF FF11's way too big for its own good. Oh man, but yeah, what's some of like your favorite like trials and bosses?
And so for this one, it's more of like a not emotional connection, but like Shingri was my first ever extreme or my first ever quote unquote difficult content.
Yo,
It is my first ever thing, so I have like a connection to that.
I can get behind that. Uh, I remember doing like Shinryu before the first patch, like just basic Shinryu before the patch that kind of like made it a bit easier. Like that would block so many people from actually like completing Stormblood.
Oh
And
really?
then when I finally got to do Savage, and I'm like, oh man, imagine this is a lot closer to how I remember the first Shinryu being. Only he's just a lot meaner. And then it launches you onto the platforms, and then you're like, ah!
So don't know an embarrassing story because I'm not scared to tell an embarrassing story.
Let's go!
is is that you know the mechanic when you press a button within like 5 seconds, like the time event thing
Yes!
in Shinryu? I thought you just had to like I thought it's only left click like the button and
Oh
nothing
no!
else. So I was struggling to like meet the requirement there to do the active time maneuver thing in time, not knowing I can press like 70 buttons at once on my keyboard and
Yeah!
it still be okay. I didn't know.
It doesn't tell you. I got lucky, and the first time I experienced that was on my controller, so I learned very fast. Like, what button do I press? I'm gonna press all of them.
It was like what the second day of going into that fight because we were farming it for the mount, and I was like, man, my finger's hurting, and they're like, oh, why did you like trip or something? Like, no, because I'm pressing a button so much, and like, what? You're pressing the button? And I'm like, yeah, and they're like, Ace, you don't have to press the button. But yeah.
Oh, Shinryu is a fun fight. It's also a good kind of like tie off to the story beat of where it's at for sure. Ah,
Oh yeah,
so good.
it's a good
So good.
plot. That's a good plot trial too. Well, what other one? I say 011 is one of my favorites too.
Okay.
Because that's like the first Savage I enjoyed, like really enjoyed. It was like
Yeah.
my first year. I mentioned like I joined a few weeks before the expansion thingy.
Mm-hmm.
So I did 1 week in PF, and I got to 011, and there's my first Savage Tea, and I just really enjoyed 011 for some reason. I don't know
That's
why. I
good.
just really enjoyed it. I think part of it was because of Samurai when you dash back and forth.
Oh,
I
that helps
really
out so
like
much.
I really like playing with fire and doing it in the last millisecond, and it's really fun.
Yes.
Okay, I give everyone else a heart attack, but hey, it's fun for me, and I enjoy it. And there's a lot of that in that fight.
When I was dancer, I would do the same thing because you can stack up to 3 dashes where it's like I'm doing damage, I'm
Yeah.
doing damage. It's like the one that kills, come and hurry up and get in the orb. I'm like dash dash dash. It's like hi, what I miss.
And another favorite fight is E4, like the Titan.
Yes. Our all-terrain titan.
Mhm. I think part of it
I
was the
had a fight
music.
with that. I had a fight with that where I was the only person left on my gunbreaker. Like everyone else had died. And I basically had to survive 5 minutes on my own, just like using all of my like invulnerability and like defense procs and heal potions. to deal like
Eh,
the last like percent of damage myself to give us the win. Like I was just dancing around everything so much. Like it
mhm.
was so close.
Yeah, every tank has to go through that at least once. It's like an initiation. You have to go through that as a tank at least once.
Yeah,
Like
you
everyone's
can't give
dead, and
up.
you pull through. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like nope, nope. It's like jump off the edge. I'm like, I got this, yo. It's- the Eden fights are a lot of fun. I don't like the Leviathan one as much, but then again, I don't like Leviathan anyway, so it didn't. I wasn't missing out on anything. It's
You know, that fight was the first fight. Well, I got a purple pass for those who are interested in that. Um, and it was funny because I was playing on the one of those, gaming laptops that are so good at gaming back in the day.
yeah. Let
And
me
it,
tell you.
it was, and
It's-
hey, you know those water particles? The laptop didn't like that. It was like 3 frames
nope.
per second.
Don't like it at all.
Uh,
I have to turn like my teammates' battle effects like down to low because
oh no.
that shit gets nuts.
Do you play on your laptop at the moment?
I bounce between the laptop. When I played on PS3, I had to do that because it got crazy. PS4, I could have them on medium, but PS5 there are no issues. So PS5
Yeah,
particle effects
yeah.
can just go nuts.
Yeah, that that fight with a laptop 3 frames per second. I was playing Dancer, and those 3 stacks of dashing you mentioned, I used those to navigate the platform because I couldn't walk. I just lag, and so I
Yeah.
just dash because it's easier to judge where I end up, and it's funny how that's how I got my first purple pass in Savage.
Heck yeah.
For those who are interested in that, but yeah, I can't think of a. See, my favorite fight of all time is probably T. It's probably the ultimate. Um, it's just so good. The
Yeah.
music, the phases, the enrage. It's the best enrage I've ever seen. It's so good.
Good time. It's
I
a damn
don't
good
I don't
time.
think I don't think it spoils anything like main story wise, so
No, go for it.
I think it's fine to check out if you're interested in that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh man,
it's
like
so good.
this hour has flown by. I remember we could probably do this for like 2 or 3 hours, just talking about everything
Uh-oh.
that's so good in the game.
Oops. I say
Oh man,
we should get sponsored, but hey.
oh man, I would snitch on serious crime for FF14 sponsor.
I think 3 of my close friends are sponsored as well by
Dang,
Square Enix.
senpai, notice us.
Notice me senpai.
Oh man, is there a question from the audience we can take real fast while we start to wrap everything up? What's your favorite mount?
Mount. Oh. Damn, that's a difficult question. I feel like I need to
It's
open
so
talking right
hard.
now to check.
It's so hard to
Like,
pick.
um, see, I'm a sucker for the dumb mounts. Like, you know, it'll have a mini ghost mount that's like for a toddler.
Yeah.
That's a funny one.
It's-
Oh, the dog mounting and getting the shop is really cute. The Shiba mount is really
oh, I
cute.
haven't gotten the Shiba one. I got the Lunar Whale because I'm an FF14 simp for sure.
You got the whale because you're a whale.
I'm a whale. It's like if I had
Mm.
if I had 7 friends, I could put them in. Hop in, guys. Let's go.
Oh, the Final Fantasy 15 car is really nice.
Yes, it is a nice one. I'm glad they
Mm.
brought that back because I always felt sad that I missed that.
Oh, it's so good.
It's very good. Some other ones that are nice. I really like the doggos from Stormblood, especially the Moonlight
Yes.
doggo.
Have you seen the Mecha Dragon?
Oh, from Shadowbringers, I have not.
You should see it. It's really cool. I haven't got it
I
yet,
want to.
but it's really cool. It's so
So
cool.
sometimes it takes me a while to get the to get lucky on those whistle rolls. Nidhogg,
Oh,
I farmed about 87 of the horn before I got a whistle drop. that I rolled.
I I kind of like gave up with my RNG.
It's like, yeah, no, it's just not gonna happen. It's just
But like if my friends want to run it, I'll join them. But it's never for my own kind of, reason. It's more like,
yeah,
hey, like if my friend wants help, I'll help them out.
exactly. All right. Well, Ace, thank you so much for coming on. Please let everyone know what you've got coming up in your streams.
Well, I think this week we are solving murders in Raincode. It's a
Oh,
detective
Raincoat!
game.
Yo!
Yes,
Like from
yeah.
the Danganronpa guy. I love the art.
Yes, I love
Oh.
Danganronpa. Hey, is this another game you should
Yes,
talk about?
let's go!
Great, I've done 2 streams on it already. It's really fun. It is wild. It is really wild.
Really wild?
I
Okay,
have
good.
to I have to put a disclaimer tag on every stream because of it. But I'm also close to 1K followers on Twitch, so there might be a special 1K stream coming up.
Yo, let's go. If you're not
Where
following, make sure to click on Ace's name in the title and follow. Do it. Do it!
Oh, thank you. No, don't force it.
Do it.
um,
The hamster demands.
well, I'll be opening Elite Pokemon trainer boxes and opening cards from there.
Yay!
Um,
Pokemon TCG is
yeah,
great. Tinglu is terrible. I hate him so much. Go away, Tinglu.
yeah. I'm a very chill person. I promise to play a rage game as well, so I'll be playing Jump King and see if my chill mindset persists. It's a test of my strength.
I think I picked up Jump King on the Steam sale as well, so
Yeah.
so probably expect one of those from me as well.
Hell
We'll
yes, it's gonna
compare
be a fun
scores.
game. Oh God, no, don't. uh, but I also I'm doing a dumb series right now where I'm doing Elden Ring Randomizer, and I'm making a YouTube series out of it as well. It's so chaotic.
Yo, let's go.
But
Randomizers are
that's
so
all I
much
have
fun.
planned. Oh,
That's a
they
good
are.
plan. Definitely go
Mm.
follow Ace at twitch.tv/impossibles for
Yeah.
all of their great content. And then if you like the hamster here, we're gonna be playing some Ratchet and Clank HD tonight.
That's
So
a fun game. I'm gonna look. That's a fun
yes.
game.
I'm actually like not very well versed with Ratchet and Clank. Like I played Jack and Daxter a lot back in the day, so I missed out on Sly Cooper and Ratchet and Clank. But now that I finished the Sly Cooper series, now I get to play the Ratchet and Clank series. So it's like, yes, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's do
yeah,
this.
it's fun. I played the most recent Ratchet and Clank game with no prior knowledge, and I still had fun. I had a lot of fun.
They're good games. They're good games. We're gonna do a stealth raid, but thank you so much, Ace, for coming in and having a fun chat. But yeah, no, I hope everyone has a good afternoon. Make sure y'all get a good lunch, a good dinner, a good sleep if you're
Or a
like
good
in that
breakfast.
time zone. That's right. I was gonna have a good breakfast. I need to go make
Yeah, you
my
got a
like my
chunky breakfast.
gotta go make my taquitos. Gotta go cook my eggs.
But
Thank
yeah, I
you
hope
all
everyone
so
has a good
much.
Thursday.
Yeah, y'all have a good one. Bye, Q.
Bye bye.